All right, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers here for a little bit. Look, we are all know that this is a transition era for the Green Bay Packers, moving on from Aaron Rodgers. Now we got Jordan Love at the quarterback position, and now we are in the middle of OTAs and mini camp. This is our first chance to see what the Packers of 2023 are going to look like. We got an exciting report out of OTAs about one Packer in particular that's already making a huge impact.
Yeah, Nick, but we know that transition periods can be deceiving, so that's why I think this story is very, very good for the Packers. We look at the Seahawks transition period last year, we look at the Lions transition period. These teams come out firing very early, so it could be the same for the Packers if this key story comes to pass. But Nick, I want to ask the Packers fans in the comments below a very tough question because there's a lot of great answers here. Who is your favorite Packers wide receiver of all time? There's so many great answers from the Favre days, from the Rodgers days, maybe some from the now Love days that you're going to pick. So let us know in the comments below who's your favorite Packers wide receiver of all time. And make sure to stay tuned at the end of the video to hear a word from our partner today, and that is Neuro. They have a lot of great products to give you a quick and easy boost of energy. We love to take their mints or gum, especially these early mornings right before the show. Gives that boost of energy focus to get through this Packers content that you love. So stay tuned to the end of the video to hear more about Neuro and their products and to get your hands on our discount code. But Nick, nonetheless, let's get into it. What's this story about the Packers?
Yeah, so the Packers, going back to last offseason, of course, got a lot younger at wide receiver as well. We talked about the quarterback moving on to Jordan Love. And last year, of course, they brought in Romeo Dobbs. You obviously have Watson into the fold. And of course, in the second round, they selected from Michigan State wide receiver Jaden Reed. And it looks like Reed is impressing everyone so far with his short tenure with the Green Bay Packers. This is from Packers Wire over at USA Today. Miles, if you can throw up the report, I will read from it. Of course, it's still very early in the process, but in Reed's short time with the Packers, he has caught the attention of the coaching staff, both with his speed and play on the field, but also his mentality off of it. I've had just about every coach come up to me on our staff and be like, holy wow, that guy is twitchy, fast, and explosive. I'm just going to stop right there for a second. I don't see Matt LaFleur saying, holy wow, but maybe that's possible. He has all those traits, said wide receivers coach Jason Vrabel. You could see it on the college tape. Toss him ball, he's going to go make a play. But probably the most impressive thing is just his mentality. I told him the other day, I said, you remind me of Randall Cobb. You really do. You're laser focused. You love your football. You love for football. The other day, I was just thrilled for him. I said, you really love ball, don't you? He's like, this is everything, coach. There's something about guys who end up being successful that have that inner drive. When he walks into the building, his eyes are all like all ball. All right, Mike. So obviously the fact this guy's off to a strong start really matters. We talk about it all the time. The Packers are going to need a gluttony of these young, talented wide receivers to really step up. And when you have a rookie coming into the fold, if he starts strong, it means going to training camp and preseason. He's going to be rolling with the first string and the second string, getting a lot of comfortable action with Jordan Love. And that means he'll be ready to go week one. So I think it's absolutely awesome. The fact that Jordan Reed is already off to a strong start. Both the coaches and the players are really impressed with him because the Packers are going to need him right away to be a big time contributor, most likely in the slot position. Give me your thoughts on Reed, Mize, and Packers offense right now.
Yeah, Nick, I love the Packers are finally trying to, spend some draft capital on receivers, maybe a little bit earlier than they have in the past. And I love this guy like Reed because he already has a lot of experience as far as getting a ton of volume. Because he did not really have much help at Michigan State, even starting from the very beginning. He's kind of had to do it all. And he's been a guy that's been able to do that for them as well. He's very productive, and especially in his sophomore season, he had over 1,000 receiving yards that year as well, 10 touchdowns. And this is a guy, great contested catch. He looks good. He looks the part. I think he can fit in the slot and be that guy that goes over the middle, does any of that kind of stuff that you need him to do. He can really start off and give Jordan Love a guy to look for in the middle of the field and just be a early calming presence in his quarterback career. Because although Jordan Love has been around the block for a while now in the NFL, this is going to be his first full year starting. So he's got to get that guy that we talk about where it's almost like he's a rookie quarterback again, a rookie wide receiver that he can bond with, he can grow with, and start their careers together. So this is a very great pickup for the Packers. But Nick, I also like that this Packers team, if you look around, they've figured out that they've gotten very good on both sides of the ball. So now they're kind of trying to pick guys here and there. They get the tight end and Musgrave. They get Reed in the slot receiver. Get a couple guys on defense. This team is slowly coming together, and I think that this is going to be a team that is going to surprise some people next year. People are going to think there's no way they can win this division, but with the way things are going, I think it's entirely possible that if Jordan Love fires hot and Reed is the receiver that we think he can be, I think this team could be very dangerous.
Yeah, Miles, I just want to add one more thing into Jaden Reed and why I think he could really help out Jordan Love. A lot of what Jaden Reed did really well in college was his ability to make those contested catches, those 50-50 balls. And that's a little different than what we normally expect out of slot receivers. So usually more the shiftier, quicker guys who get separations on route running alone. But obviously, Jordan Love, young guy, there's going to be some inaccuracy, some timing issues, things like that. That's just the way it works. When you have a guy that can come in and win those 50-50 balls and bail the quarterback out a little bit as Jordan Love gets more experience, that will be invaluable to Love and this Packers offense. And I agree with you 100%. A lot of people are doubting the Green Bay Packers right now. But if Jordan Love is anything like he could possibly be, and I think his talent level is extremely high, they've got a lot of great pieces on both sides of the ball. They could really be a top contender in this division next year.
All right, Miles, we would like to give a special thanks to our partner today's video, Neuro.
That's right, Nick. And I want you to go with me on a journey really fast. I want you to imagine this. It's 4th and goal in the big game, Nick. Your team is relying on you to make the big-time game-winning play. I know you've been in this situation before, Nick. The stadium is roaring. The clock is ticking. The game is on the line. But if only in that moment you were able to have some Neuro Gum. Neuro Gum will help you stay concentrated, and it gives you a burst of energy without a nasty crash.
That's right, Miles. Neuro has thoughtfully curated ingredients and does endless lab testing, which means that you can reach the right state of mind safely and consistently. That's the most important part. It gives you a clean burst of energy and focus without the jitters of coffee or any of those other energy drinks.
That's right, Nick. And if you click our sponsor link in the description below, you can enjoy energy, calm, and focus whenever you need it.